Greetings, hello all. This is Gilles Mansillon, and I thought I come to you today for a brief commenting on this new wave of energy, this full moon with the eclipse that will be moving on into the Stargate, Sirius Stargate, in the next few days. This wave, the wave X, is coming from. It's a gamma ray wave that we'll be experiencing the apex tomorrow. I hope you can enjoy it. The main key in terms of being just making yourself available is not to resist whatever is going on. Allow yourself to be transported by the wave. If you can catch it, then it will take about 3 months to integrate those new energy. But in essence, it is here to awaken ourselves. Awaken us to more of that divine presence, so that we may become the God of ourselves. Of course, it is not about being the God of anybody else, but being able to align our mental, our emotional, and our action towards other all aligned in a loving relationship, so that those bodies can let go of all those things that can still be obstacle to our advancement, such as mortal habits. Some of those mortal habits are creating cellular blockages. So it's about this eclipse will help us to let go. We'll also have to, as we integrate more of that divine I am presence, we are also put into a position where we feel more responsible, not only for our own life and situation. For that is really what it is about, is to be responsible for all your thoughts or your emotions or your actions, but also a responsibility in relationship to the whole, in order to serve whatever mission you are called for. And so this mastery over the self is just about letting go. It's just once we let go, we connect to the higher self, the one that is all. Then our individual persona is no longer an obstacle to our connection, but we can merge into a higher plane of reality. And so we learn to concentrate our mind, to concentrate our spiritual energy, so that it can rise up. And so it is good to create focal points, because we have many distractions in our life. But it's good to keep. I've always thought. I don't know if this process will be of any meaning to you, but in essence, I've always thought to. Very many times during the day, to turn my thought towards the very center of all things and all beings, for it is to merge, in order to merge my consciousness, to ask for ascension, to ask for readiness in the evolution of my soul and spirit. And so it is very much about letting go, about flowing, about remaining neutral, and accepting delayed gratification, because if we seek immediate gratification, then we may be missing something that might have come but was prevented by the instant, like on the internet, we click, and we have all we want with just one click. But in life, this is not really that. In life, sometimes we have to wait for the essence of our spiritual reality. Here could be resumed in a simple sentence, which is we have to wait to ascend. And while we wait, we ascend. So this is a general spiritual underlying philosophy that affects all life. And so this, of course, if we are able to catch this wave that is coming, we will be following. We will be our consciousness will be merged into something new, something more, and the animal and plants will also be elevated. I wanted also to talk about this in terms of God recognition. When we seek to connect to the presence of the divine, it is possible to ascend within the spiritual universe without recognizing the presence of the personality of a supreme intelligence, or higher mind of God. And so but from a mortal perspective, there is 7 steps of ascension in terms of God recognition. And so the first step is the Father, Mother God of our own universe. They are the divine parent, the creator of all. But their effect and their influence and power is all embracing within the universe. But there are other universes outside of us where other creator beings, such as they are running their own programs. And so as we ascend towards those higher planes of light and recognize the presence of the divine masculine and the divine feminine as the divine parent, we are able to ascend into higher spiritual universe or super universe, and from there we eventually attain an apex point of realization where we come to greet and meet the three Ancient of Days that are the super administrators of the super universe, which is 100,000 universes, and that will give us a direction to connect to the master spirit of our Vanton, which is the seven master spirits, who's the whole is the ancestor of the Holy Spirit, is the parent of the Holy Spirit, so to speak, is 1/7 of the infinite mind of God, the infinite spirit. And so once we achieve that recognition, we are able to maybe move to the next level of God recognition, and that is the Supreme Being, the Almighty Supreme, the one that is all. It's the one consciousness that is all embracing within time and space and the whole cosmic reality of this present day and age. And then from there, there is still three levels of God recognition that needs to be pure enough, spiritualized enough to be able to attain that sphere that is the Paradise Center. And so once we are able to do that, we will be able to meet the infinite spirit that will lead us to the eternal Son, which will present us to the universal Father at the very center of all things. Of course, those three beings are infinite beings, so they can never be. They can never move from where they are. For they can, as infinite being, they can only live in an absolute reality, which is paradise. And paradise holds the center of the cosmos. It is invisible. It is unknown. It is only known by those who have reached that place and brought the information back into the universe. But it is our destiny, for the gods who really want to bring everybody back home, and that is our true home. And this paradise is surrounded by an eternal, an ultimate universe of sublime perfection that is called Avona, and we'll better understand that when the time will come for us to cross it. And so in the recognition of the God self, there is many paradox that can be that have to be accepted. For God is one, but is manifested in infinite number of forms, such as you or me. We are all part of that divine I am presence, the great God that is expressing itself through us. And so the presence of the Paradise Father does not negate in any way, shape or form the presence of divinity within our universe, but we are all connected and one into that. So there is no hierarchy. It is just a level of realization, and as we continue to grow and learn, we come to realize that everything is connected to everything else. So there is nothing that can ever exist outside of that, outside of us. Everything that we know and see and think is part of our consciousness. It is an extension of ourselves. But it is for us to draw the line, because in the infinite reality of creation, there is all kinds of things. There is all things, and so it is for us to know what is good for us, what is acceptable for us, and leave everything else out. For that shows us discrimination and the understanding that as we continue to grow and evolve, the gods are actually getting us ready, preparing, educating us to become sovereign for higher universal mission in the future. But for now, we need to achieve this connection to the source inside the heart, inside the mind, so that the whole body may be connected to that truth. And in order to verify because as far as being immortal, we have many beliefs that we have been taught by society or during childhood, and so our beliefs are. Most of the beliefs are false. There is nothing real about it, but we believe in them, so they manifest in our life. But when a belief is aligned with a truth, a higher truth, the heart will always confirm it. And as your heart confirms a certain truth, then it is good for you to align yourself with that truth and make your belief, to turn your belief so that it can serve the truth that has been revealed through your heart. For your heart is really where the highest information can ever be found. So it is very much about this allowing this energy that will be coming from the heart, but also it will be felt differently by different people. Everybody will have a different experience of that wave, but it is about elevating our consciousness, if we allow it to, so that we can discover a more solid ground in terms of consciousness, so we're no longer living in constant temporality and impermanence, but we reach a state of being that is connected to our soul, and which is a much more integrated, permanent, divine state of being, and from there so much will unfold and align, and life will flow, and everything will be gracious and grateful, and we'll be able to continue this program as long as we need to be here. So I wish you well. I hope you enjoyed this time, you enjoyed this wave. If you have comments or questions, do not hesitate. You may ask your heart, your guides. You can ask me also. I will come back if I have more to say. For now, I am about to create some very strong change in my own life. So I will have to transform this channel. For the discussion, I will continue to express myself on spiritual issues, but I may have to transform the format a little bit. But many surprises will be coming for all of us if we are ready to accept them. We will be if those changes can be embraced, and so we'll be able to move on together to a new form of reality, a new earth. It is like moving into a parallel dimension where we'll still be living on the earth with all of the earth planes, but our perception of it will change. We'll be able to see things through the eyes of love, through the eyes of wisdom, and we'll be able to assist and participate in a much more empowered way. I thank you very much. I wish you a nice day. Namaste.